free. Bum, 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 bum. I feel free. Bum, 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 bum. I feel free. Bum, 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 bum. I feel free. Bum, 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 bum. I feel free. Bum, 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 bum. I feel free. Bum, 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 bum. I feel free.
I don't want to play too much because then YouTube's gonna be like, "Meh." Oh, great, the batteries are. Oh yeah, the battery's dead. So I'm just tinkering with my parts. Went to Napa and bought some extra stuff. I got gear lube for the axle and whatnot. I just finished modifying these shocks to accept an eyelet instead of the old mount that I had. Where did it go? Oh, it's right here. This is what it used to have. This is what the Explorer uses on the upper side. I just push those out, and as you saw in the first swap video. Actually, no. What was that on? That was on a parts video. Yeah. So I took these bushings. These bushings come from sway bar links from the rear of the truck. These I had dangling on there, and I finally got around to ripping them off. So I just took them out. They were a little oversized, so I just shaved them down with the grinder here, and then I got them to where they were almost just about an interference fit, so that they're nice and snug and won't wear out. And then I lubed them up with this silicone paste. So this one's nice lubed up. This one I mocked up. I need to pop it back out and then lube it up and then repress it. But yeah, so I was looking at the collar. I thought I was going to have to get a different collar and space it out, but this guy here is actually wider than the mount here. So what I'll be able to do is just get my thing on here, and once it's clamped down, it'll squish this bushing down a little bit more, and it'll clamp onto that guy. Now I gotta get my charger because my camera's meh. Anyways, just pedaling around. Really hoping I can get these to work. I think I can. I got the shock hoops that I kind of have to custom make, but that's okay. Because I can make those, except the shocks. Get them mounted onto the long arm first, and then get the hoop kind of positioned on the truck, and then I'm probably gonna get some rat tail files. I should probably go pick those up and just take away some material and get this to pivot. I think it'll need to be offset a little bit, but once that's offset, then I can mount up the top part of the shock, so we'll be good there. So yeah, that'll be interesting. We got steering links hooked up. I went to Napa and got the 78 F-150 tow link, and then I'm using the 86 and up Dana 60 1-ton drag link. That just went right into the frickin' 78 tow link, like nobody's business. I measured the old tow link that came with this axle. It was at 55.5, which is that's like the most awesome or S-rig measurement. And I think I got it pretty damn straight. So I just set this back to 55.5. I left the sleeve loose, yeah. Yeah, so that's done. This drag link here came from Todd when he did his axle swap. This thing, when I got it, was all bass backwards. This end was down there, and this one, it was up here, and it did not jive with his track bar at all. So I kept this guy here, which is actually still pretty good. This is the tie rod end for an F350, Dana 60 F350, and it fit that collar. And once I put that in there, it fit the pitman arm. So it'll fit the pitman arm that my truck uses. But then the other end that was in the pitman arm, look, fit that. So the steering is done. I put them up kind of where they need to be, and they're pretty much dead on with each other. I mean, that's pretty much a factory setup right there. So it'll be close as possible to being a 78 swap as far as the axle goes and the geometry. And then yeah, so I was looking at the TTV, stock TTV Dana 44, and looking at how that axle set up. The pumpkin, it's close to the cross member. Like, this is going to be with the spring I'm using, but it's not like, you know, when it's sitting down, it's already hitting. So I was kind of worried about, you know, something like that. And for whatever reason, I thought it was a low pinion. I'm like, no, it's a high pinion. So anyways, I think we'll be fine on clearances for the axle. The only thing I'm worried about with doing a factory spring is where are the long arms going to be? Are they going to be hitting the frame? Are they going to be, you know, are they going to be underneath the frame? Because they mount here, and then they kind of go out that way. I think they'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. Yeah. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm going to be ordering the stuff this week, so I might get it, I don't know, the week after. So anyways, I might get those long arms in a couple weeks. I'm ordering them this week because I'm actually going to have the money for it. So once I get the long arms, I'm going to get those, the C-caps, the C-bushings, and then I got to get my extended brake lines just in case. I'll get the front and rears, and then I think there was a couple other miscellaneous things that I needed for this, but I think that'll be it for now, for at least the front end. I'm going to do the front end first, and then I'll get stuff for the rear end. If anything, I think I might just do a add-a-leaf. Just do like a 2 or a 3-inch add-a-leaf. Something to that effect, I don't know. I might just throw a new set of stock springs in and then add airbags. But, I don't know. We'll get to that when we do the swap. So anyways, I've got this lubed up. I wanted to do this so I make sure that these bushings, as they flex and move around, that the eyelet doesn't just eat away at the polyurethane, because that kind of happens when you don't lube up stuff. So the 3M stuff to the wind. So yeah. Now another thing is, I found in that tubing box, which I got to put back together. I got kind of lazy. I put together these airlines. Let's see if I can just grab this one. Now this bad boy right here is pretty thick. This was part of the old lumbar support from my Explorer, because we swapped the seats out and I kept all the stuff from the seats, the old ones anyways. And so this guy here is the right size, fits in there, it locks in, fits real snug, seals up good. I did a leak test and it did not leak at all. It held air pretty good. And it's amazing, just a little bit of air with the bicycle pump over there. I just went shh, shh. These things were like getting ready to lift me off the ground. It was awesome. I really hope these work. I will be tickled pink if these work. To have air up front, oh my god. Anyways, I cut these down and I pulled these out of the rubber things. They have barbs on it. Heated, and then this Legris polyurethane 1/4-inch OD tubing. Well, after I heated it up with the torch, it softened it up, and I was able to take this and press it over, and once it cooled down, it shrunk, and I don't think that'll ever come apart. You'd have to cut it or reheat it. So I'll trim this down when we get to the point after mounting this. When we get to hooking up the airlines, I'll find a good spot for this, get it routed safely, and then trim it, deburr it, plug it in, and then we can plumb the lines. So I made those. I made 2 for both sides. I think I probably won't ever run any more than 60 psi in these. Daily use, maybe 10, just to add a little extra spring. So yeah, I think that will be perfectly fine. If I have to, I'll get one of those small band clamps, if they even make them 1/4 inch. I'll put it over here and we'll just, you know. So I'm gonna finish pressing that in, and then these will be done. So I'm glad the collars are the right size. I didn't want to have to like buy new stuff. I think that was the same size as the sway bar links, just different inside diameter. So I'm gonna finish that up, and then yeah. All right. So I just finished up modifying the shocks, so they're ready to rock. Yeah. Gotta love craftsmanship, or I think yeah, craftsmanship, tinkering. Yeah, I mean, I freaking like, and then pressed them in. I made them work, and I already had them, and they're free. Shock hoops there. So I just ordered a whole bunch of more stuff. I ordered another set of these. When I ordered these, when they said a pair, I just had a brain fart and just, oh, that'll be good. Yeah, I need another pair for the other side. So I ordered one of those and some shock bolts. The bolt size I'm going to use is a 1/2 inch. Yeah, I think this is a 1/2 inch. I mean, these bolts are like cool and all, but I want all new stuff in the front end. I just wanted to look new. These are going to go in the bolt bin. But yeah, I think these were 1/2 inch. I know they put a 1/2 inch hole on this. Let's see. These might even be undersized. Yeah. Slightly undersized. Yeah. It's not quite a 1/2 inch. But I bought bolts that are this exact size. It's also the same size on the end of these, 1/2 inch. So the shoulder, once it goes in there, it's right up against this inner diameter. Same thing with the eyelet here. So if it does come loose, there'd be minimal play to start with. So it'll just be a nice fit. Like, everything is going to be a nice snug fit, which is what you want with your suspension. Yeah, so I ordered another set of those guys there. I ordered 4 sets of bolts just in case. They come with nylock nuts, I think. I think they do. I can't remember. And then what else did I order? Oh, I ordered a Rough Stuff specialty T-shirt, so I'll have a new T-shirt to wear. And then I ordered my extended brake hoses, which I don't think I'll need the rear one, but the front ones I'm gonna need because they're made for the 70s axle to 80s Ford truck. So those will be going on, or those will be coming in. I'm not ordering anything for the rear end because I don't know where the front end's gonna sit, because where the front end sits determines what the back end is gonna need. So I'm just gonna do the front end first, and then you know, take care of the rear end later, and we can do that here. I mean, that's just gonna be swap the spring and throw in my new airbag kit that I'm gonna get. So yeah, so this is ready. I got more ports coming. Wednesday I'm ordering the big expensive shit, which I don't know if that'll be here a week after I ordered, or if it'll be a couple weeks after. They didn't say it's a build to order item, so I'm assuming I could get all that the week after I order it. I'm hoping anyways. So once I get that, then we can open it up, see what all we got. We can see if the stuff will mount up here, if we need longer bolts for the C-caps, whatever. I know Todd said he had to do that, but we'll see if we have to do that with our stuff, because I'm getting James Duff caps that go on this end, because I just don't have the factory ones. I can't find them. So I'll have those, get the bushings in here, put the thing on, the long arm, and then what I'll do from there is I'll also be able to mount the spring, because it'll have the spring retainer in there. Or I ordered the spring retainer with all that. I'll be ordering the spring retainer with that too, so we'll be able to sit the spring on here, bolt the shock on, and see where everything is, and see if the shock will work, see where the hoops will want to go, because we'll set it all up, everything uncompressed. The spring will compress a little bit and then set the final height on the shock, because the way the factory setup is, when the suspension comes down, it fully extends the shock but leaves a little bit of tension on the spring. I want to retain that same setup on this because reasons. So hopefully we can mimic that or recreate that with this setup. My end goal is to make this look like it was factory. That's what I'm trying to go for, is make it look like it was a factory deal. You know, the James Duff long arms is going to kind of give it away. It's not factory, but the rest of it, I want it to just look nice and clean. And if I can get it to stay at that same ride height, maybe a little bit higher I'd be okay with. I'd be able to maintain my fuel economy. And with the toe not constantly changing, that'll take away rolling resistance, I think. And then the steering's just going to be so much better. And then I'm going to be a happy freaking camper. And then after this is done, the truck's rock solid and this doesn't fall apart on me. And the air ride is working okay. I get the rear air ride done. I'm probably going to get a new set of shocks for the back, just for kicks. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to do a road trip to break the thing in. Yep, I'm going to do a road trip. Well, I think this is all about I can vlog about. I don't want to start talking out my ass, even though I'm technically doing that right now. Yeah, I've got nothing else to update on yet. I guess we'll see ya Wednesday. There'll be a video probably, well, maybe next Wednesday? I don't know. Catch you later, tubes.